to check IP. So with this IP we can take GUI. So now it is not took any IP. Okay. In that we earlier we can't able to take the IP. So if LAN is properly connected as we showed the setup earlier, like we can check the IP in that monitor which is directly connected to that NAS. So there we can able to see the IP 172.168.129.156. So with this IP we can able to take GUI. So we got the IP which is 172.16.129.156. that is the IP we found in that NAS CLI. So with this IP, if we went to browser any GUI setup, we can get a GUI console for that OpenMediaVault NAS. So here we need to provide credential. So with this credential we can able to see the dashboard. So here we can see all the setups like system, what and all we need to make changes in the system. So this kind of setup we have here, and then network. So in this network we can check all the network setup, whatever we want, like IP tables, firewall things we can assign here. If we are utilizing any proxy, that we can assign here. So and then so this interface mostly we gonna use here. We want to work in network interface. Like here we can able to assign DHCP, RL static, this kind of changes we can make from here. Like currently we kept it on DHCP. So if you connect anywhere, that network will grab one DHCP IP for this NAS. So with that we can able to take this GUI console as like we explained till now. So this is the setup for this. So apart from this network storage, so here we gonna maintain our disks and then disk monitoring and whatever file system we are utilizing. Currently we are utilizing ZFS file system. So it is like a hypervised file system. It is making some pool. It is a concept like Docker. So we can make a pool. So it is mostly secured one, ZFS, and most advanced file system. So that's why we are preferring ZFS file system. And here you can able to check what all the file system we are already assigned. So already we made with 5 hard disk with a single ZFS pool. So with all the hard disk, which means 10 TB into 5, which means we can able to grab around 50 TB, one for backup. So we can able to get 40 TB. So in the 10 TB, in each 10 TB hard disk we can able to get around 9.1 TB. So that's why we can able to get user space around 36 TB. It is showing here. So apart from this, here this is the share folder. This is where we gonna create a share folders that is provided to end users, those who want to use the share folders as per their requirement, like for every specific user or else a group. So that kind of share folders we gonna create here, and that folders permission we can assign here, that folder permission. Even we can create ACL permission also, like subfolder wise we can protect that subfolders from those who having folder permission. They can able to protect from these subfolders. So that kind of things we can able to make. That will give you demo later. So apart from the storage, and here services. So in this flash memory is to refresh your RAM things. So that is the add-on utility. So apart from network file system, and then rsync. Rsync is an automated job to copy your files. So for example, you having some other server, end user don't want to go inside that server and manually need to push every time that data to be stored on this NAS. So we are utilizing this rsync utility. So with this we can automate our job using cron job. Everything will be inbuilt thing. So if you are going inside, so here you can assign a module. so from where it should take backup, so that kind of things. For that port changes, so what is the setting for that module to take the backup, that kind of things we can make here. And then task, so this is like cron job, so here we can schedule timing when it should take the backup, so we can assign every day at night 10 p.m. it should take backup, like that kind of setup we can make in rsync task. So that's why it is utilizing. So apart from all other things, so this is the major thing, Samba, SMB or else CIFS. So this setup is majorly utilizing for file sharing, like end user want to access any share folder which is assigned for them, so they are utilizing this protocol, Samba protocol. So I'll show you this. So with this we can assign, so earlier we made some share folders, right? So that will be referenced in the services Samba. So in the share we need to make all the share folders to be referenced. So that is a setup, that demo we will give you later. So in the setting we can assign what are all the settings for the Samba access. So whether it should be domain based or else, now it is currently on a work group, so it is not affecting, it is working individually. So if we can able to make through domain based things also, like AD if you have, so that setup also we can make. So apart from this, SSH is only port 22, so accessing this NAS through SSH access, so that's why this utility is provided here. So whatever changes you want, you can make changes over here itself, like we can deny root permission login and password authentication, whatever setup you want you can enable here itself. So that is things on service. And then users, so in users this here actually we can able to enable this thing. If for example if we are creating a user, if we enable this, it will create an home directory for each user, but that is not mandatory over here, so we are skipping this. Actually in users we can create users. So for example already one user is created for demo purpose, so I'll delete this thing and I'll create one more thing. So one more thing, we need to make a note of things in OpenMediaVault. So whatever changes you make in GUI, after every changes made you need to do the configuration apply. So you need to apply this thing, this pop-up you will get for every changes, so you need to apply this thing. So then only it will reflect over in CLI, so then only you can't able to get any PHP conflicts. So like this you need to make. In users you can create your list of users here. So user wise you can give permission, this user should access this folder, that kind of permission also you can assign here. And apart from this users, and we can make a group. So if for example we can assign same permission for 10 users, in the sense we can make a group. For example if you are having 5 teams in your organization, for each team you can make a single group and you can add a list of users as a members for that group. Then every permission assigned to this group will reflect for all the users. To simplify your work you can go for these groups. So apart from that, then in diagnostic you can check system information. So here you can list out what are the information based on this NAS, like it is built on which OS and what is the processor which is having, so kernel, everything you can able to have here. And you can check this uptime, how long it is running. So here you can validate whether it got any turn off state, that kind of things you can validate here. And then system logs, so in logs actually you can able to see here you can able to observe all the logs, so boot logs and then kernel logs and whatever messages you got. And as I explained in services, there is an rsync, so you can check the rsync log also, whether that rsync process is automated, right? So whether it is run or if it is failed, so that kind of observation you can grab here in rsync job. So currently we haven't assigned any job, that's why it is not generating any logs here. So and then actually rsync, there is a server logs also, it is based on, so there you can assign a module in rsync, so that we can explain later. When you work on that you can get more observation. So the smart is to monitoring. So that is actually you can observe in the storage, actually the smart. So in this actually you can able to see the list of device, the status and all. What is the status of your hard disk? Currently we have inserted 5 10 TB hard disk in this. So what is the status of that hard disk, that you can observe here. So even you can able to observe the status of your NVMe. So for apart from this hard disk, we deployed this software on NVMe, that is inbuilt storage space for this NAS. So that status also you can get through this smart. So that logs you can get it on this system log logs in smart. So and then you can able to get this Samba CIFS audit log also. So with this, who are utilizing your share folders which you assigned for this users, and through this Samba services, that logs so who's the user utilized that share folder at that time, that kind of logs you can grab from here. So for that purpose you can utilize this, and you can able to take remote logs also. For that you can utilize this port modification, and what is the host IP that you can assign here, and you need to enable, and you can get remote logs also. So apart from this, what are the process running on this NAS, you can observe in this NAS, like we are utilizing, like this is kind of task manager or else top in Linux. So that kind of process we can observe in this top. And then this service, actually if you are getting any bug on your already shared services which is assigned here in the service, so whether you assigned through NFS or else Samba or else this SSH, whether you faced any bug over in the service, you can troubleshoot over here. And then you can get report of this whole process things, like what is this NAS, what are all things we assigned for this NAS, the entire report you can grab here. So even you can get entire report of this whole setup. And then this performance statistics, so here you can able to see what is the performance is running currently based on the current setup, so that you can able to observe what is the usage. So whether it is on a production base, so you can observe this things, everything. Now I enabled all the performance statistics, so you can observe things like this. So what is the CPU usage, like if currently there is no load for this system, so that's why it is not generating any waves over here. Like if you are running any work on that NAS, so you can observe some load things. So you can observe all the things over here, like what is the file system load which is running on this, and then like what is the load average, and then this memory usage. This is based on your RAM. Actually you have 8 GB RAM, what is the utilization. So network interface, what is the status of this network interface currently you have assigned, so what is the uptime things. So this kind of performance statistics you can observe here. So yeah, so we got all the setup overview now. So if you got any update things and all, you can able to see here updates available, and you will get a pop-up notification here whenever you got things. You can check this thing. So here you can able to see updates available. So these updates you can able to do through CLI also. So in GUI it is best actually. So for this updates, so if you click here, so it will drag you to system, and then update management. Here in updates is there, no? So there you can able to see what are all the updates available. So after you clicking here, you can able to confirm to get all the updates which is already provided for our setup. So it will grab all the packages from the repositories. No need of any manual interruption before this thing. So it will automatically finish all the things as per up to date with all the packages. So yeah, with the end of line, we'll come to know like everything is happened fine. So which means update is happened successfully. So after update, system restart is required. So that also we can able to get the notification. So here itself we can do the reboot. So now like for testing I'm going to updates, like update management updates. So all the packages were updated. So if you have any update, it will ping over here, it will give you a pop-up notification. So now all the packages were updated. So now we can go for how we can create a share folder and how we can create a user. So currently, as I said, we are creating a pool on ZFS file system, so that you can observe here. So in pools you can able to see pool 1. This is a name for that pool which I created, which is having 36.20 TB, which is provided for user access. So user can able to use 36 TB, 9.1 TB, which is completely for backup. So that user can't able to use that thing. So if you, this will give you a redundancy for a single hard disk. So if you got a single hard disk failure, then you can able to retrieve all the data which is assigned for that hard disk. So we can replace a new hard disk with that failure hard disk. You can able to bear a single hard disk failure redundancy. So for that, it is like currently we can able to bear only 36.20 TB of user space. So I'll show you how we can create a share folders. So for example, I'm creating a share folder in the name of test. So this is the name of that share folder. So it is asking which file system it should be. Like currently we have only one pool. So if we have more than one, we can select which one we need to create. So currently we have one, so it is showing pool 1. So I'm selecting that pool 1. So this relative path and all, it is CLI based thing. So apart from this two thing, we don't need to touch anything. So here we can add tags. So for our reference, like it is like we can add some comments for what is the purpose of this share folder, like that we can add here. So now we are saving. So as I said, whatever changes we are making, we will get some pop-up for configuration changes. So we need to apply this thing for every changes or else every deletion, every making. So we need to apply this thing. So now applied, and I created a test share folder in pool 1. So now we created a share folder that is on storage. Then we need to assign service. Actually currently in service you can see NFS is not enabled, and then rsync also it is enabled, and no more modules over here. So it is also currently don't have any workload. So and then Samba also disabled. So how we gonna utilize that test folder access? So for that I'm enabling this Samba services. So now I'm enabled this thing, and then I saved this changes. So as I said, we got the pop-up and we need to apply. So this thing you don't need to do for every share folders. This is one time process. So if you enabled, you don't need to touch here, like in Samba settings, leave settings. In shares we can, currently there is no shares enabled for this Samba, so that thing. So currently we made a share folders in the name of test, right? So that we can able to enable here, like on shares, Samba shares. So in Samba shares, so we can add. So I'm creating. So here we can able to select share folder, which share folder we can able to share. So currently we are created only one test folder. So if we created one more share folder also, I'll show you one more thing. Like in share folders, I'm creating one more thing. This is test_2. So this is the name for the one more share folder on the same pool, because we have only one pool. So I'm saving this thing. So currently we have two share folders, like test and test_2. So now I'm going to Samba shares. So if I want to add, so enabled, we can able to see the list of folders which we created on share folders. So for example, I'm creating this Samba share through test, like for test folder I'm assigning this Samba shares. So and if you want to add command, so that also you can add. And in this public, so you can create a test share folder for public. If you enabled this public, everyone on your network, they can able to access that folder. Which, for example, for a guest, if you created a guest in the name of guest, so that can be accessed from anyone. So that is for a notification share, like any notice for like those who want to visit your organization, they want to read that notification. In the sense, that kind of things you can keep on public folder. So currently we are protecting everything. We are not providing public access, so we can provide that user based access. That I can explain you. Currently we are enabling this folder through Samba access. So now I changed this thing. Whatever you want to make, like audit file operations and all, you can enable. So who are all accessing this particular test folder, that kind of things, if you want to observe, you can enable this audit file. So currently I don't want, this is for demo purpose, so I'm saving this as it is. So currently you can able to see in this Samba shares, this test folder is assigned. It is browsable. So yeah, like you can able to see the changes whatever we made in service in Samba shares, or else wherever in NFS or else rsync, whatever you are assigning for a share folder, that reference you can able to see here, like in share folders, in storage share folders, like here you can able to see this test actually we shared through Samba. So it is checked on referenced. So in test_2 there is nowhere shares, so we haven't assigned anything, so it is not checked on referenced. So this is the difference you can able to observe whether it is shared. So if you want to remove a test folder, like now it is referenced, no, I can't able to delete this share folders. So this test_2 is not referenced, so that I can able to delete. Like if I click here, I can able to delete this share folder. So yeah, like this is how we need to create a share folders, and then what all services we need to assign as per our requirement. This is the major thing in this two utility. We gonna use those things. So apart from that, we need to give privileges for the users. As I said, we haven't provided the test share to public. So it is it requires some credential to access that share folder. So for that we need to work on this users. So here in users, actually we have users. So here I am creating name user, and we can able to give his email and password as per our requirement. So shells and all we can able to change for that user. Actually this is recommended one shell. We don't want any bash, so this shell is enough, so we don't want to change any modification. Like here if that user should not change anything, like but that is through admin console only. If no changes should be allowed, that we can check in here. Like we can create SSH key access for this particular user also, we can generate here. That kind of things utility we have with this. So as of now this is enough, like username and his email ID and password. After that we can save, it will create a user. So currently a user is created in name of user. So this is the default groups. So in users group there is an user which is name of user. So now we need to work on permission. Now we created a user, but this user don't have any permission. If we logged in through anywhere, like this user don't have any permission, so we need to work on, after creating a user we need to work on his permission. So here we can able to see share folder permission. So with this we already have only test share folder. For that I'm giving read write permission. Whatever we want we can give, read only permission or else no access also we can give. Currently I'm giving read and write permission. So for this user, in the name of user, he can able to read and write in that share folder test. So that we can able to observe in Windows access, like how we can able to take this share folder with this credential, how we can able to work. That we can continue on Windows setup. So yeah, we made all the setup on that NAS. So currently I'm accessing that NAS share folder with that credential on a Windows machine. Like I'll show you. You can go to run, in that run double backward slash on IP of that NAS 172.16.129. So with that IP it will ask a Samba credential. So as I said, we created a user in name of user and then that password of that user. So with that we can able to see what are all the shares we already assigned on that NAS. So now actually I assigned test share folder and I gave permission for this test user, like user. So I'm entering as a user inside the test folder. So I gave read and write permission. So in this I can able to create a new folder. So which means I can able to write something inside that folder, and I can able to delete, like read and write permission. So all the permission I have. So for your demo I can create one more user with only read permission. That also we can able to do, and ACL permission also we can provide. And ACL permission in the sense, if we are having folder, like if for example a team having 5 members, each one having working on separate projects, so they are having a same share folders, but inside the subfolder they need a separate permission for separate subfolder. In the sense, we can go for that ACL permission. So for example, if we have 3 users and 3 folders inside, only one need to work on this, 2 need to work on this, 2 should not able to read or write anything inside 1 and 3. So 3 only for 3, 1 and 2 should not come inside. Like that setup we can able to grab through ACL permission. That I will show you later. So this is the basic thing through Samba access. Now we got the test share folders, how many share folders we are creating, everything it will reflect here. We can able to hide, it should show something like that kind of things like that we can make through that OpenMediaVault admin console itself. So this Samba credential, actually you can, so currently I logged in with the user credential, so that's why I'm having this thing. So after this thing, it will have some basic cache memory. So if I close and open this thing also, it will reflect. So currently it is not asking me any credential, so it is directly logging in with user based credential itself. So if we don't want that thing, we need to go to credential manager. So in this, actually we can able to see what is the credential saved. So here you can able to check what is the credential which is saved for that user, and if you erased this thing, then if you go for this access, then it will ask you a pop-up. And CLI wise also you can work on. Okay, earlier we had only user, and now I created a user too. So for this user, this is the purpose for showing that permission difference. Like I created a user here. After creating user, we can able to assign permission here itself. So apart from this, so now I want to show you this user permission through share folder permission. So go to share folders. Now we have only test share folder. So here, if we want to test what are the permission, so this user read write permission we assigned in user wise permission. So now we are on share folder wise permission. So here actually I'm giving for this user to, actually nothing permission is assigned. So I'm giving read only permission for this user too. Now I saved. So it is applied, and now I'm accessing that share folders with that / and then the IP of that NAS. So it is asking me credentials. So I'm giving user 2 credentials to access. So now I accessed with the credential of user 2, not with user. User have permission to read and write inside this test folder. User 2 only having permission to read. So I came in, I can able to see what are all the folders inside the test folder. If I want to create a folder, now we can check whether we have a permission. So you need permission to perform this action. Now we have only read permission. So like this we can differentiate based on the user requirement. And one more thing I will show you, like see in folder wise permission we have ACL. So ACL in the sense, so as I showed you, we have subfolders 1, 2, 3 inside that test share folders. So for that one folder we can assign permission. So here we are getting the list of subfolders inside that. So we can specifically assign permission for this one folder. So now I selected one folder and I choose. So now we can able to give, this is for user. So we can able to change which user need that permission, for which user I need to deny, which user I need to access. Only thing you need to observe is it's based on parent folder permission. If whatever permission is parent folder having, then only we can work on that subfolder permission. That for that, actually if you want only read permission inside that one folder, we can assign for user 2 also, because on the test folder itself we have read permission because the test is one's parent folder. That kind of observation you need to grab for making this entire setup. So this is the overall thing about this OpenMediaVault. This is all the basic instruction to handle this thing. With this we can able to handle this entire setup. And thank you.